Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Asian Indices report, and starting with the ASX 200 here. We've been looking at this particular pattern the same as the US and European markets in terms of an A wave and a B wave and a C wave here. The only difference here though is that the degree of structure. So we're 1 degree bigger in structure here because we're still looking for one more low to fall in place. So the Asian markets are in a slightly different situation. Now, we can count 5 waves from here to here. So it's possible that a top is in play here, but the European markets and US markets can still have one more little push here. So I think we really need to run with that as well a little bit. Also too, in a bullish market, we'd normally find Thursday as the bear day. So that's all on track for that. So that can leave Friday and Monday higher as such. So just be careful about the bullish weekly cycle. The other point here too is that the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree here, the market can pull back to that as a previous wave 4 here. Now, I wouldn't turn bearish unless the 5,100 became the retested resistance, because this is the 50 and 60% retracement level area here. So yeah, let's just make sure that we've actually got a top in play here. If we do have a top in play, then we're looking for lows below the 4,800 here, the group 2 here, minor group 2. This is major trading level 5, minor group 1, which is 100, 200 and 300. So just on the 15-minute chart here, I've labeled it that it is actually finished here, but I don't think, looking at the European markets and so forth, that is the case. But yeah, so in terms of actually day trading today, well, Thursday being the bear day, so there's probably a bit more to go down, but I wouldn't expect a lot to go down here because it's already sort of priced in. I'd be looking for Thursday afternoon, late in the afternoon, check on the volume and start looking for long trades, and then looking to add to those long trades during the evening and also in Friday morning as well. So we can also have a look at the ASX cash market volume at the end of the day as well, or if you've got the SPY volume, then you can see that there as well. So I think we're also looking for a gap too, weren't we? There's a little gap up here that still needs to play out as resistance here, and this is also in the futures market here as well, so that makes it doubly important because the futures markets, equal contracts, buyer and seller, would see things, they don't leave any holes in the market, so that should be sort of covered. So I think we can still expect a move up. I'm just not quite sure how it's going to play out as such, so be mindful about that. But I do see 5 waves structure in here, so it's possible in that sense. And you know, when looking at, just have a look at well, let's look at Hong Kong first, the Hang Seng market. You can see here that it's got very much the same sort of pattern as the Australian market. We could probably count 5 waves from this low up here, so I'm still looking for wave 4 to come back, wave 5, and then rolling over from that point and looking further down for a larger wave 1 here. So yeah, so the US and European markets, this would be a wave 4 here, and then going up and making new highs for the European markets. But for the Asian markets, we won't be looking at new highs. We will be looking at an A and a B and a C wave coming up here as a wave 2, then down again. It's possible that our banking sector, the CBA and so forth, can make a new high as well, because their patterns are very much in tune with the US and European markets. But I just wanted to draw our attention to this here, because obviously this is the low here, and it suits nicely with the rest of the markets. There's an A and a B and a C wave here, and then a C wave up here ending. But when I look at the Chinese market, then this is the actual low here. So this 5 waves down creates the low here. So we're just going to look at the China H shares, and all the H shares means is that they're mainland China shares, but traded on the Hong Kong market. You can see here, so we're looking at all of this down here as 5 waves down here. And yes, I can have made a mistake in here. I probably need to go over it or something. There could be another low in here as a wave 4 to have this wave 5 low here. But, you know, when I'm looking at this situation here, which was like the market that we just looked at, you can see how far it's come down through here, below the 3rd wave here, and it's come down in 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So it's come down in nice 5 waves here, and it's pulled really high up here. So it's possible that the A, the B and the C for this market is done. We could actually have a low in place here for this market here, and of course we'd see the reaction from here anyway, but wave 4 1 lesser degree is here. So a push up here into wave 5, and then an A and a B and a C wave here, and then further up here. So, you know, I'm looking at, you know, this particular low pattern here. I'm seeing it in some markets, and some of them have been pointed out, and AMP is one of them. Telstra is another. Telstra and AMP have got the same pattern basically, both at around the 6, working with the 650 medium level here. But we, as you know, we'd been counting 5 waves down through to here as wave C. It's possible that you know, that we get all of this. It's possible that all of this here is just wave 1, and we come back for an A and a B and a C for wave 2 at the 50-60% mark, and then move down here. So this all becomes wave 1 and 2 and 3. So that's all possible as well. I don't know that just yet, but we'll play it from as a simple A, B and C here in line with the banking sector. And let's just look at CBA at the moment for this too, because we're calling a possible low in here for CBA2 as wave 3 here, in line with the US markets as an A and a B and a C here, and then moving up here, you know, into, you know, 110 or something of that nature up here as wave 5. But I couldn't really confirm that until we have support on 80 here. You know, we may end up just going to the 4th wave here, and then coming back down through this way as well, because this move down here, you know, as a wave C, I would normally sort of expect it on more of an angle than this one here. But you can see from that picture there that this is actually much sharper. So this still can be, you know, don't be lured in by this wave 4 here just yet. I'm just pointing this out, that it could be, you know, we looked at that low there and we said, well, that can be the low, you know, and it is panning out quite nicely, but it's still not in a position to actually cement it in as a bullish pattern just yet, because we don't have an impulse wave up here. And also too, when you think about what's happening with the ASX 200, you know, we've come down with the ASX 200, then we've had an A wave, a B wave and a C wave here that we're looking for the top there and looking for a move down. And that's, you know, that this pattern here is common within the US, European, and through the Asian area in most cases. So it's possible that this could be the wave 3 here in a way, and then an A and a B and a C wave here, and then down here as well. So there's a couple of variations that I just can't say what's what at this moment. Sure, we can be long in the finance sector, but we need to manage that risk, and that's what we're doing. So anyway, Thursday will be the bear day, and if it's down on lower volume, then you'll know that it's going to go up higher from that point there, and that's what we'll be looking for on the ASX. Now, just go back to the ASX for a moment. Oh yeah, we did cover the 15-minute chart here. Let's just have a look at the 5-minute chart here. I mean, you know, it does appear that we have 5 waves down there, doesn't it? You know, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here. So in this instance here, we can look at a 50-60% retracement level here. So something 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 back here, then another 5 to this 61.8. So it could just pan out as a simple A, B, and C to the 5-2, and then collapse from that area there too. So have a look at, let's just see how the US markets are moving along. I haven't actually seen them for a little bit, so I'm just going to this is just a bullish count. Don't worry about this one. This is the S&P 500. This is just a possible bullish count that that I need to keep in play as well. I didn't show that before, but there we go. So just to have a look in the 5-minute chart. Yeah, so we're getting 5 waves down off the top for those US markets now too. So once again, we can look at the US markets retracing. You know, we're looking for a small wave 4 to come back, but I won't turn bearish on the S&P 500 unless the 1950 here that we discussed earlier in the other video, that if that becomes the retested resistance from that point there. But we should see this bounce up here now. So let's see something 5 waves up like that, 3 back, another 5 up into this sort of area here. So this is what we'll be looking for next session, to see if this is actually corrective here. If this is corrective and we've got overlapping wave structures, then we've got short trades on our hands, and we'll be going down for that final leg. All right. Alrighty. Cheers.